Yes, well, I suppose it has just occurred to me that everything that... Wait a minute, what was it? Everything that's possible does happen. Yes, that was it. So, therefore, I suppose that everything perceived as a conception must occur somewhere at some point in eternity. However, in order for this to come about, one must recognize and remember one's self. So in a way, I think this goes to prove what Arthur Miller was saying about the flaw or crack in, let's say, in first person, the flaw or crack in my tragic character. And it should really be nothing and need be nothing but my inherent unwillingness to remain passive in the face of what I conceive to be a challenge to my dignity, my image of my rightful status. But only the passive, only those who accept their lot without active retaliation are flawless, I suppose. Most of us are in that category. I think that this all derives from the underlying fear of being displaced, the disaster inherent in being torn away from our chosen image of what and who we are in this world. Among us today, this fear is as strong and perhaps stronger than it ever was. Maybe we should pray. Maybe we should pray to dream. Dreaming, yeah. I dreamt that I met this chick one time, and she was looking for somebody to live and to die with. That was what she craved. Oh yes, and I'm pretty sure that I loved her. No boundaries, no stipulations, no guilt, no violence, no limits, no laws, no regrets, no pain. So, where am I, you might ask? Without looking out of your window, you may know all things in heaven. And without going out of your garden, you can know the ways of earth. Physically speaking, there are boundaries as to how far we may travel. But spiritually, there are no limits, no laws, no guilt, no violence, and no pain. So, I suppose that entering various realms may be fascinating, as well as tiring, interesting, as well as boring, rewarding, as well as disappointing, joyful, as well as despairing, enlightening, as well as maddening, illuminating, as well as blinding. It's like a flower. It's like becoming a flower with an infinite number of petals. She loves me not. She loves me. She she loves me not? Where will it stop? Perchance it never ends, and we may alternate back and forth through eternity. So, what hangs in the balance? Is it unity or isolation? Is it love or is it hate? Is it cooperation or is it competition? Is it sharing or is it denial? I think it must be none of these things and all of these things. So I suppose if there's nothing to knowing anything, then to see everything don't take nothing. To me, being cynical and hard and cold is not maturity or sophistication, but it is cruelty and deprivation. So now I'm thinking that one must go through a process of discovering how to discipline oneself not to negate anymore, and thus truly be free. And in this freedom, finally feel whole. I believe that it was in an ancient Greek tale interpreted by Robinson Jeffers when he said of a man who, torn by his emotion, severed his ties to his beginnings and stated, "They have not made words for it to go behind things, beyond hours and ages, and be all things in all time. How can I express the excellence I have found, that has no color but clearness, no honey but ecstasy, no desire but fulfilled, no passion but peace?" Yes, the light has come and the day dawns clear. So you see, it may very well be that the result of such illumination, such enlightenment, brings one to see one's self as a part and connected to some whole, and thus see that one's self has no beginning and no end, therefore no fears about tomorrow or regrets over yesterday. And that kind of reminds me of a dream, another dream that I had, where I was in a group of people and I had to explain myself after saying that I commonly had desires to make love to everyone I meet. And I told him, I went to the doctor, and he said that he wouldn't, there was no authorized, approved drugs to control such feelings, and that I would just have to deal with it the best way that I knew how, and try to control myself and stay, maintain a normal outlook. It's kind of a struggle.